niggas, nigga. Can't serve no strangers. Let's talk about it. I'm still trying to hustle in so many ways. I couldn't keep fucking around with the bag. I had to go get it. I gotta get paid. These niggas keep fucking around on their ass. I ain't trying to get richer. These niggas is crazy. I just be fucking around with the glass. I'm serving prescriptions.
Man, welcome back, man. We back with another episode of the Transition Street Therapy, man. I'm y'all host, Anlo Da Boss. I'm here with my special guest today, man. My man Wop, man. DTF Wop, man. Music artist, locally from around DC, the DMV area. And we here today to tap into the early day process, man. You know, this one of the young brothers I know very well. God was fortunate enough to meet him through a very deep process for both of us. We both come from a place where we really had to build ourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually to overcome some of the trials and tribulations of life. You know, unfortunately, we both was charged with first-degree murder. My young brother had the opportunity, man, blessed by the faith, you know what I'm saying, that he had within himself to overcome his trials and tribulations. Man, he was found not guilty, found innocent. So, man, that's always a blessing that, you know what I'm saying, that the system didn't take down another one of our good young brothers. And then with myself, man, you know, I was fortunate enough to have the justice system overlook my case again one more time and get it overturned, you know what I'm saying, over misidentification. So, and then during that process, me and this young brother of mine, we really got a chance to time with each other and got the chance to know each other personally. So, you know, with that said, he'll give you a brief description about who he is and what he's doing with things in this early day process. What was good with him? I talked to him.
Shit, man. Wow. DTF Wop, ducking the feds. I'm from Shipley Park, Southeast Savannah. I moved out of Laurel, middle school. I'm in Heart of the Dirty. I be out Laurel, Conti Road. Yeah. Me and Lo, we met in a cell. Shit.
It is like, man, you know, just during that process, when we linked up, man, it was during it was a poor time in your life because you had to make some pivotal choices. You know what I'm saying? You was in a process where you had your life at hand with the justice system. Then you had your affairs going on mentally, what you was going through in there while being locked up in Upper Marlboro County Jail. That's a trial and tribulation within itself. Then, you know, you got your own personal affairs with your family. You know what I'm saying? So you had to overcome a lot on a day-to-day basis. You know what I'm saying? Just mentally having to get up and say, man, how I'm not going to suffer or sink into what these people trying to say I did, how I'm not going to suffer and sink into the depression of things I can't control, how I'm not going to suffer and sink into someone having control over me in a situation where as though, man, I'm supposed to be innocent to prove guilty, but I'm being viewed as guilty and being punished as so. You know what I'm saying? You had to deal with that. And that process which got you to where you at right now, you know what I'm saying, be able to sit right here to give back through your music, through some of your obstacles in which you was able to overcome. You know what I'm saying? Just that harsh environment, that harsh mindset, that reality in your own mind. Like we was tapping in on mental health not too long ago. And that was a big thing. You know what I'm saying? You had to overcome that. Like what was some of the things you had to do just to help you get yourself out that slump?
Boy, on the real note, I had to stop getting high.
Yeah.
It was triggering me. It wasn't the reason, but it was triggering me. You know what I'm saying? So I had to stop getting high. I was struggling. That was a part of what led to it. So I had to man up. Like I couldn't really, all that little boy shit, like I couldn't really, you know what I'm saying, I had to real save every dollar, all that gang fly shit, niggas was wearing the same clothes. Just, you know what I'm saying, that StayDown process for real. Nigga had to stay down, sit down real quick. I want to say I got humbled because I want to say I was necessarily doing anything to get humbled, but it's like I got woken up to like say if it didn't happen, and it happened later on down the line where maybe I was worth more, and I would have lost more. Like the loss would have been bigger than what it was. It's like I don't know.
I mean, you know, the biggest part of it.
Guys, ups and downs.
Yeah, the biggest part of it is it was discipline. You know what I'm saying? It was discipline. And throughout the whole process of your whole transition was discipline. And you had to learn in what areas to apply it. And that's what we was trying to detail. Having a focus of saying, okay, I'm not where I want to be, this is where I'm trying to go, but this is what I need to do to get here. And with each one of them steps, you really had to put some form of discipline in that area. You know what I'm saying? Because if not, you wouldn't have got to this point, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas though you make yourself go to the next stage, but like you say, you getting habits holding you back. It was triggers to put you in that slump again.
Mm-hmm.
So releasing that weight, let's go just that weight off your shoulder, that back. It gave you another window to stay focused in the area. We're like, okay, instead of me being high, being sluggish in this area, I got enough energy to pursue this now, so I can get this done. You know what I'm saying? That's pushing you to your next step.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That was a big focal point too. And like I say, always go back to when I first met you. When we was back in that cell, and when you was at those late nights where, you know, damn, I've been sitting in court all day, I've been sitting in that dumbass bullpen, and it was cold. I had to sit in that courtroom, and me having to hear language that I'm not familiar with, but I'm trying to grasp the concept of what's being said because my life on the line. You know what I'm saying? You dig that strength up, you put that discipline on yourself to make sure you was consciously awake. You know what I'm saying? So those aspects of that inner strength within yourself, that always go hand in hand with everything you're doing. Mm-hmm. So when you was climbing yourself out that slump, when you had your addiction that was just weighing you down, but you knew you had this, that, and third to take care of, you kept it going, son. Mm-hmm. So that's the biggest thing, son. That's what a lot of motherfuckers don't know about you. You know what I'm saying? They just see that you get it done. You do get it done. You know what I'm saying? Because if you didn't, you wouldn't be sitting right here moving in the direction you going, making good music, you know what I'm saying? Going about to pursue school again so you get your entrepreneurship. So, I mean, you got a lot of things you got to be focused on in a good way. And you still a responsible young man, so with your whole life still ahead of you. So, you know, I'm proud of the fact that you did get a chance to shake that shit off. You know what I'm saying? You got a chance to get back focused. You got your life back.
When you in the little hospitals and shit, you around everybody that's mentally gone. So you be like, it's funny, I'm damn near the only nigga in there like regular. To the point where all the motherfucking staff scared of me. Cause they scared of everybody else type shit the whole time. My shit just blacked out for a couple days type shit. So right. Nigga good now. I just gotta wait for the doctor to let me out. But motherfucking, yeah, that shit fucked up. Cause it's like all that, it be, I wouldn't even necessarily they all junkies. They be junkies. They be people that real schizo that's really gone. And I ain't even gonna hold you. That shit'll fuck you up. Like just being in there, especially if you're in there too long. Then it's fucked up cause the way it's like a little trick, like they'll use your aggression against you. You just try and go home, and they'll be like, "Oh, you too mad. You gotta stay here for a little."
They can't relate to what they really going through.
They can't relate, and it's wild. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah. So what do you think for you at some point in your life, when you can sit back and evaluate a lot of the things that you've been through, and the addiction that you had to overcome? Where you think that it started? You think it started before your incarceration process, or you think it started after or doing?
What started, like the drive?
Yeah, like
the grind type shit.
Like where you afterwards.
Yeah, before I was incarcerated, I was a little boy.
Right. So like, and that's a big thing. Specifically talking on mental health awareness is knowing what that time, that incarceration time, really does to the person without a thorough evaluation. You know what I'm saying? Not just putting the person in the cell and medicating them, no, the evaluation. When really having to sit down one-on-one process with somebody to understand what their process is. You know what I'm saying? That's a big thing. That's a big thing that's missing in society. You know what I'm saying? Everybody think that a pill or some type of medication is going to solve a problem and say, oh, this was going to help them calm down. No, if they calm down without a source of knowing what direction to go in, what benefit is the pill doing? all you doing is having a person calm down with an idle time. And like I say, some people don't know where to start it. Some people don't know, okay, now that I do got this time on my hand, what direction I go in to get this in control.
Procrastination.
You know what I'm saying? So, cause
procrastination is mental illness too, damn near. No bullshit.
It's probably the biggest. It's probably like number 2, number 3, next to the trauma behind it. You know what I'm saying? So, I most definitely appreciate the fact that you shared that with us, because that's something that's really big right now in our communities, in our jails, in our judicial systems, in our institutions, is the lack of mental health alertness and awareness that's amongst our African American community and our young brothers, man. It's something that I really think that it stems from a line of anger, a line of misunderstanding, a line of lack of respect. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of people that, like in the beginning of when we started talking, that I was touching on the base that when you in these institutions, you get people that get positions of mentor or psychiatrists that's really there with a PhD level of book experience. And you got young guys coming from the street that's really having to survive a war type environment. You know what I'm saying? Having to provide to put food in the house, having to worry about the everyday struggle, how they want to provide for their kids, worrying about if the police going to harass them for this, or worry about if they won't get shot about this because the person don't like them about this type shit. So you got a motherfucker trying to sit down and communicate or have an understanding with somebody that has no relation to some of the shit you've been going through.
Yeah.
And
I was about to say one of the best I don't want to say. I say one of the best medications for mental illness is talk therapy, right?
Right.
But like you said, it can't just be a motherfucker on the book level. Cause I ain't gonna lie, like I can't just talk to you cause you study motherfucking psychology and if you can't relate to nothing I relate to, the way I open up, I ain't even gonna open up to you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people can't like, motherfucker, go get a therapist, but it might be a old white lady or old African lady. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
You don't know how to open up to them because maybe they lingo just ain't hitting the same, or some of their ass just you could tell they just
for a check.
doing it for a check. Like,
you know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to.
I had therapists before when I was in my last couple years of high school.
Man, and I think it's very important that our community started understanding these young brothers need people that's relatable to them, man. Like, that's a big pointer to what the connection is to us connecting with our next generation. Putting people in front of them that they can relate to, because
even if it ain't relatable, at least understanding, but like super understanding. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cause you ain't gonna always have it. Ain't gonna always be a motherfucker you could just relate to.
I'm gonna share something.
You can tell when a motherfucker understand.
I'm gonna share this quote that I wrote. I was just sat down, and I think it was kind of like, it was cool. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, sometimes people get these descriptions and really just guide them for the financial benefit of it. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Okay, it's right here. Pretty much. It's really much touching on the basis of understanding that, you know, when some people, when you live through this experience of incarceration, which both of us have, a title of law enforcement doesn't mean that that person necessarily is a law enforcer. You know what I'm saying? And because you got a person that's been incarcerated with a criminal background doesn't mean that person necessarily a criminal. Those are just titles that a person has as a description. But when you interact with these people on a day-to-day basis and you see how they interact with others, you come to learn that their descriptions change as their positions change in life. And that's what a lot of these young brothers don't understand, or they do understand to some degree when it comes to wanting to open up and wanting to sit down and find a better way or better understand the direction of life. You know what I'm saying? Compared to somebody that's, okay, I got my PhD. I know about psychoschizophrenia. I know about the medications that you're going on. And if you take it, it's going to help you do this, that, and the third. But compared to a guy that, man, looks now, if you take the time to address, be truthful with yourself and address your true issues, your anger, man, sit down and sometimes you gotta find an outlet to let your anger go. And understand that you got the ability you only got the ability to control that. Because if it's me, it's coming from, or the therapist, it's all it's gonna stem from you. It's gonna stem from whatever choice you make, whatever idea you come up with, and whatever process you decide to go through. You know what I'm saying? But it's the way it's about when you are communicating with those individuals, how it's being translated, being perceived. If you talk to a person and you know that's like, man, well, you on the clock, so, well, your time up. Now, I just want you to make sure you're taking your medications. I want you to call me, let me know how this going, and I want you to do this when you do that. You know what I'm saying? It's a different connect to when, man, all right, look, now, how you feel? You know what I'm saying? You got it off your chest. You know what I'm saying? Man, like, what you feel as though you need to do next, and what you feel as though that where I can help you at. You know what I'm saying? Because understand that wherever I'm helping you at, we both starting that process together. Because in some shape, form, or fashion, I'm gonna need that too. Because your tragedy it'll become a part of what my existence is now too. Because it's a tragedy, it's an experience I gotta go back to relive to help you overcome yours. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm gonna walk through you with that process compared to somebody telling you to go deal with it on your own while still trying to figure out your everyday life.
I get your lighter back.
So I think that's very, very, very necessary, man. I think that's very necessary when we speak of mental health awareness and the process that we go through just to make it this far in life, especially some of the trials and tribulations that we had to endure through our process. And like I told you, bro, it's always a blessing to tap in with you. You know, you my little brother. You know what I'm saying? This is really, this relationship was really connected and foundationally founded by faith. You know what I'm saying? This bond was faith bound. We was forced to move in the cell together. You know, he had just moved on the unit, and I think your celly had rolled out, and you had a good spot, and I was next on detail or something like that. So the order was to get popped up.
I think it's when you got kicked off.
Oh, when I got kicked off detail, damn, man, you know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, I got kicked off detail. The spot was open. They wanted to keep me right there, and it was during a pivotal time, and
you was still on detail, like shit.
Yeah, and you did, you know what I'm saying? That night, those nights that we set up, and we had to figure it out because your lawyer was telling you one thing, but you was feeling a different type of way, and you knew this information, if it was represented this type of way, that it was gonna get you there, but they telling you that it wasn't. Yeah. And it was your courage to speak up. It was the faith. Yeah, it was the discipline that you took to.
Don't be scared to talk to your lawyer.
Realize,
don't be scared to tell your lawyer how you want that shit to go, how you feel.
Man,
don't let these lawyers trick y'all, man.
We had to sit down there and figure that shit out.
That shit deeper than, it's deeper. After the crime is way deeper than that. Like, it's a whole nother world. Like, fuck the thugging part, like being with the men. I'm talking about the law part. Like, don't get tricked. Like, I don't get tricked.
Yeah, stay in that law library, fellas. Like, understand what you locked up for. Like, they know they got it on them tablets now, so they trying to make it a little bit harder for y'all to really dig into that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Stupid.
You know what I'm saying? So they it's a distraction for you to okay, I got my movie time, but I got my legal time. They really got you picking between it instead of them actually going through the books and having it printed out for you and sending it to you. So I need y'all to really focus on what y'all got going on. Know what y'all locked up for, and read the lowest boundary of what the charges are against y'all. That's how you start to understand the law. Don't go in there trying to figure out a gun case when you stuck on a drug case. Nah, figure out what you charge for, then ask for cases under the jurisdiction that you locked up in, and see what's, man, okay, under this jurisdiction, what was the case, United States versus such and such, under this criminal conspiracy of drug trafficking, or whatever the case may be. But get tapped into your legal process, because remember, everybody only working for a check. So as much as it's only gonna go as far as you won't put the work into it. And I know I seen this young brother put that work in and day out, and it was a blessing to do that. So man, with this session of street therapy, man, we tap into mental health awareness. I think everybody, like I told y'all in the beginning, man, reach out to y'all loved ones that's locked up, incarcerated, man. They waiting to hear from y'all. They need y'all. To y'all loved ones in the street, y'all children, man, take the time to sit down and just ask them how they day going, and really pay attention and pay attention to the details of some of the things they doing when they not think you watching. It's important, man. Talk to your loved ones, man. Communicate. That's the biggest thing about this mental health thing, man, that it's not enough communication, it's not enough understanding going on amongst our own loved ones. The ones that tell you, they call you about, man, look, we can get a bottle, man, for your birthday, I got a bottle for you, but, man, they ain't willing to help you out when it's crunchy, when you got your kids, and your bill couldn't get paid, or your check was a little bit late. They don't got the $30, $40 to help you with that phone bill, but they gotta help you. They can help you get drunk, to get fucked up with them, man. So start to evaluate the process and just holler at your friends and let them know what you really need. Let them know what you really going through, man. And don't be afraid, man, to speak up, man. So on this street therapy session, man, we leave y'all as we greet y'all, man. Peace and blessings, man. We out.
Back on the plug, had to get on my feet. I just emptied the clip, nigga started with sweet. I can't wait till the first, I've been trapping all week. I got whatever, come get what you need. I'm on the dirty, my stick got a beam. Purple or yellow, ain't sipping no green. I got a bad little bitch and she mean. So many rats I can't fit in my jeans. I'm on the front line, I keep a Glock 9, nigga, this real life more than